Alright, welcome to this tutorial in Maya. Today I'm going to basically go over a simple modeling of a chair. So before I do though, let me just explain to you the scene that I've created. This is an office that I am putting together. I'm sure you guys can figure it out what I'm referencing, but I'm not going to tell you though, so that's for you to decide or for you to figure out. Anyway, I need to model a chair, so I'm going to show you how sort of the process in which I do it. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, so it probably won't be necessarily the best way of doing it, nor is it the wrong way of doing it. It's probably just going to be a lot harder for me, so forgive me if I do something wrong or if I don't, whatchamacallit, use a trick that makes it a lot easier. So I'm just going to try to attempt to do this. So, and if I fail miserably, then I guess this is pretty much pointless. But anyway, I go off on a tangent. Let's just continue. All right, so I'm going to bring in a reference. Most importantly is you always want to bring in reference regardless. So when you're modeling something out. So I'm just going to create a simple plane right here. And then I'm just going to drag it out all the way over here since I have this entire scene. Now I did make a layer called Office, and so this is this is what it's going to look like. This is what all the objects are going to be in. But I'm going to turn that off because I want to at least see all the objects first before I put it into one scene. So I just turned that off. All I did just to create a layer was you just go to this tab, create a layer, and then what you do is you select the objects that you want out of your scene. So you just select this wall, and then the floor, and then you add selected objects to that layer, and there you go. And then you can just turn it off. So there you go. Anyway, I digress. So let's take this, and then we are going to add another material to it. We're going to add our reference to it. So let's go to Rendo, Render Editors, Hypershade, and then we're going to bring this up. Okay, and then this is basically the last image that I had, so I think I will just take this one. Get in the habit of naming your materials, because once you're creating environments, you're really going to want to get in the habit of making sure that you name them. So if you want, you can name this reference 1 or something. Always use underscore. It's always imperative, so just make it look more professional. Anyway, let's open up this file. Okay, so now you have to find it. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my reference, and then there's the chair that I'm going to model. And then now you're going to drag this to the side. Oops. Okay, so we're going to select this object, and then we're going to assign texture to material. So, and there you go. So now we have our reference. So you can shape this out to where you want it. Let's get rid of that. So that's pretty good. Let's see. What you could do is go to your attribute editor, and then you're going to bring this up. So go to your rotate X and make that 90 degrees, and bring that up a bit. Alright, let's see, and then let's go to our front view. So, and this is where we're going to be modeling from. So, alright, that looks pretty reasonable, I would say. So, without further ado, let's continue. Now, this is the really cool part. If you want, you can just turn this on, X-ray, and you can see exactly what you're going to be doing. So, but if you want to do something different, oops, I turned it off. There we go. But if you want to do something different, you can just turn down the transparency, but it really works the same way. So, anyway, so in order to create this, we're going to have to find something that we can create this with. So I'm going to go with a square. So I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to drag it onto here. All right, so maybe about this size. So I'm going to have it cover to where it's covering the entire thing. Turn X-ray on. Okay, so there we go. So now we have something we can go off of. All right, so we're going to go into our inputs, to our polycube. We're going to make this, for the sake of it, front of chair. So, or maybe I should have what's called support chair support. So we'll just name it. We'll just name it that for now, and we can go along. We can change that later. So anyway, let's see. We're going to go to our subdivision widths. Let's add 5, so we can kind of create that sense. And then for this, the depth is most important. Let's add 5 too. This is what is going to help us, model this out. So let's go to our vertex mode, and now we're just going to model this out from reference. So let's do that. So this is pretty much how you do it. It's not really hard. It's actually kind of easy. Once you get used to it, you do it. I'll probably have to add in maybe some more subdivisions and whatnot. I can always add in more loops and whatnot, so that's no problem. So if it doesn't turn out exactly right, you can always add in more. So right here I could definitely add in a lot more. So I mean, if you want, you could probably add in 6 or something, but that's okay. But for the sake of expediency, we're just going to go off of this. Okay, so just drag that on. So about, kind of get it as close as you can, but close counts. So let me just grab that there. So it goes about there and right there. Okay, so now we have basically got this all modeled out to a nice even even shape. Now we got these little weird edges right here, so I guess what we could do is add some more edge loops. So let's see, let's add an edge loop right there, and maybe do the same thing for there. Then add something right here. Wait, hold on. Let's back up a bit. All right, hold on. There we go. It's better. Add something right there. So I think that will help. All right, so press Q, get out of that, and go back to vertex, and then you just go press W, get that nice shape to it. Get that a little bit more. Do the same for here. Just get that nice even flow to it. So let's see. Okay, maybe we can add a little one right here. And what the hell, let's do the same thing for that one. So, okay, so click Q. So now let's just bring this down just a tiny bit, and then we can bring this one down just a little, so we can get that nice edge. So let's correct that one, and let's get that too. Let me just get that one. So, let's see, this is a little bit tedious work. So if this is a little boring, I apologize, but this is kind of the process of modeling and whatnot. It's tedious work, but it does have a good result at the end of it. So make sure you have make sure all your points are lined up with the modeled object and whatnot. So okay, let's see, that seems to be close enough. Let's see. I think we gotta go a little bit more in here, and then there's a little bit of a gap there. So let's add in another edge loop. So about right there. Let's go to vertex, and then let's grab that. There, that's better. Probably grab that in a little more. Let's see. That's about good. That's pretty good. So okay. Seems to be working out fairly well. So nothing too strenuous. You can. This is possible. This isn't something. If you really put your mind to it, you really can achieve. Some good stuff. Some really nice, decent modeled objects and whatnot. Okay, so that's what it basically looks like right now. We're just gonna fix up a few things before we move forward. Let's see, how far does that go? Oops. Let's go back to that. So something along the lines of a route right there. There's a lot of tweaking involved and such, which is really strenuous, but long run it pays off. Let's see, let's bring that. Let's actually bring those out. Yeah. I don't need to even go that far. I don't even know if I have to even go that far. Yeah, see, it's a little a little farther out. So let's see. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see. Hold on. Bring that back. Bring those back in. That's kind of where I want that. Bring that in. It's a little farther back there. Let's see. Bring that closer. Bring that closer in. I think I'll add in one more edge loop here. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's go to vertex and then let's bring that in. And let's bring that in. Okay, so that looks pretty well set. So, okay. So now we have basically our nice model object. So, looking pretty swell. So, this part we'll have to, what we can do is we can create, whatchamacallit, we can create a cylinder and then we can extrude out the legs. So, that's fairly well easy. As far as this though, this could be plausible. We can mess around with that, but for now, let's just focus on this. Okay, so now let's go back to here. Whoa, look at this. So, definitely something we need to fix. So, all right, hold on. So press E. R, and then let's bring that in. So. It's about right. And then if we do a smooth, that's what it's basically going to look like. It's fairly nice. There's some tweaking we're going to have to do, but so far if you got the basic shape of it, then you got it right. So anyway, I can always bring in also, just because of one image, this is a this is just kind of a first-person point of view image, so that's always important to have. But at the same time, though, you do want to have other side views of your modeled object. So, all right, let's try to see if we can create this. The seats, I can probably model this out, but I'm going to need to, Only problem is that it only gives you half of what you want to see, and then the rest of it is so on and so forth straight. So we're going to have to, I guess, fix that. So the handles, we could probably get a side view of those, so I'm not going to worry about that as much, but I think I can probably tackle this part. This is more of a, cylindrical shape, so what we could do is create another object. So let's see, let's go to our perspective and let's see if we can create another object, like something like that. It's pretty good. Okay, so let's go to our Z, rotate that 90 degrees, go back to our front view, or that's our top view, front view, here we go. Okay, and now let's bring this into the middle, and then let's bring that in there. Kind of get that nice shape to it. Let me go a little bit smaller. That's about right. You can always go a little bit more, but it's okay. Okay, so now let's go to our axis points. So we have 20 here. Let's see if we can make this 5. No, but 10. You usually got to play around with it. Let's see what you think is good. I think 10's fine. All right. If you're wondering how I'm switching from front to from perspective to front, I'm pressing spacebar, or you can just go over here for view, and then it'll give you all 4 views. So, but yeah, just spacebar, and then there you go. So, anyway, so as far as caps, let's see, 5. Oops, wrong one. We want height. Let's do 5. That looks, fairly decent. I think we can model that out from there. We can always add in more edge loops. So, all right, let's go to vertex. And then let's just bring this down a bit. Hold on. Bring that down a bit. Make sure you're selecting all the edges. Alright. A little tricky there. take this object, see if we can smooth it out. I don't know, usually smoothing it out usually works better. I don't know if it really requires much in the way of that. Yes, I don't think it requires much, so maybe we could just leave that for now. Because what we could do is we